onefootflipper.
Hi, Paige here, the 1 Foot Flipper. How's everybody doing? It's Thursday, and since my Wednesday video kind of stunk up YouTube, I thought I better get another one out there to bury that one as quickly as possible. So today we're going to talk about 8 reasons not to use auction format. Now, I know some of you are going to say, but Paige, eBay is about auctions. That's the whole reason the website was created. And I'm going to agree with you. We'll start with our number one right here. eBay was created about auctions. It might be called an auction website, but eBay hasn't been about auctions in over a decade. And you're going to see very few full-time sellers who frequently use auction format. Not even YouTubers, not even the YouTubers who make more money on YouTube than they do on eBay. You just don't see it that much. You see them accepting offers, you see people did buy it now. You see very rarely is an item for auction, and when it is for auction, it's usually a special event or for a charity or something else, and not just a run-of-the-mill item. Like here's something you wouldn't auction. Oh, a Little Feat Waiting for Columbus album sold for $20.24. If I started that off at 99 cents, it would probably sell for 99 cents. Your number 2 reason is that auctions are a great way to just actively lose money on eBay. Every day on eBay, thousands of auctioned items end and sell for less money shipped than it even causes to ship them out. If you go looking for it, you can find it everywhere. You can find auctions with 99-cent start and free ship, or auctions that often have underestimated shipping cost. I see that a lot too, probably because of who tends to do auctions. But yeah, if you want to lose some money, auction format is a great way to do it. Sold this Dungeons and Dragons Module B2 Keep on the Borderlands for $10.79, no cover. With things like this, very early D&D things, it's very important to find out what printing they are. There were about 15 printings of this. This is a second printing, which is why it's still worth $10, even with no cover on it. There's a website called the Achaeum where you can look that sort of stuff up to find out which printing that early D&D book is. Sold Duran Duran Rio on vinyl. This sold for $24.99. Number 3 reason is, people bid on auctions and they don't pay. Since I've went full-time, I've had a 50% non-paying bidder rate on auctions. 50%. I know that's probably higher than usual, but it can give you an idea. And not running auctions will solve 100% of those non-paying bidder problems. If you go to the eBay forums, every day 2 or 3 people start threads about non-paying bidders, and I'm just wondering the whole time, why in the world are you selling anything on auction format? All those $5,000 Beanie Babies you see, that's just people screwing with newbie sellers who think that their Beanie Babies are valuable. None of those items are paid for. They're not even money laundering. You can launder money in ways that are much less obvious than that. Auction formats are actually often used to falsely inflate specialty markets. This is going on a lot with graded video games the past few years. They put that up there and their buddies bid on it and everything else. The end goal is not selling the item. The end goal is posting that extremely high sale price up there for that specialty item while not actually ever selling it. The person still has the item because it never paid for, no fees. But now, oh look, eBay said that graded video game sold for $4,000, so it must be worth that. And it's not. I sold a golf club, King Cobra SS 8-iron, $19.99 plus shipping. I use a $10 fixed shipping cost on my golf clubs and bats. I tend to make about $1.50 on the golf clubs and lose about $1.50 on the bats. Not enough. It wasn't, the difference there isn't enough for me to make 2 separate shipping categories on it. Most items are just inappropriate for auction format. If there's even one of the item on eBay already, then yours is not probably appropriate for auction. And if there is even one of those items available on eBay, then that's going to set a hard cap on the price of yours. If there's one of these Rio albums on eBay for let's say this is the rarest album in the world. It's not, but it actually is pretty rare. That's why it was $25. Let's say there's one of these on eBay for $30. Buy it now, and I decide to auction mine. Regardless of the interest in this item, provided the other one is in the same condition, I cannot get more than $30 on auction, because the people are gonna also have looked at that buy it now one and are not gonna go over that price on that item. Basically, if your item isn't the only one for sale on the internet and also in a hot collectible category with extreme demand from customers who have money, then it's not appropriate for auction at all. You got to go another way with it. A lot of buyers basically do the reverse auction thing. They start the item at the moon, and then they just lower it over time until it finally attracts that buyer. And that's what I do even with items that I think would be auction appropriate. All right, next thing I sold is David Bowie, Let's Dance 2249. From Ken. He's a repeat buyer. Did he buy anything else in the same? No, he did not buy anything else in the same thing. I do not think that Ken is a viewer. Ken has just bought records from me multiple times. Number 5, your modern customers, they don't really look at auctions. They don't have to. Generally, if you want something, there's 5 to 500 of them available already. Buy it now. If I want this Tony Basil album, why would I bother bidding on this when there's 100 of them on the website already that I could just select from in the first place and not have to wait a week to see if I'm going to win it. Oh, by the way, I messed this up. This says sealed in the title. It's what you get for not looking close enough when you hit buy it now. When you hit sell similar. Luckily, the same, and this sold for $4.99, and Paul Revere and the Raiders sold for $4.99. Same customer. Hopefully, I won't have an issue with it because the photo shows the album clearly opened up on the record player, and there's a video of the record playing. I guess worst case scenario is that I gave him a free record. Certainly not going to pay the record's full value to send it back now, am I? All right, your number 6 thing is most auctions, they don't sell. And very few auctions get a second bid. Now, this is greatly exaggerated by the fact that most sellers who list auction formats, they're also engaging in price guessing. Usually with a start and opening bid higher than what the competition even has the same item available for. Buy it now. So the best most auction sellers are getting on run-of-the-mill items, which is 99% of what they've got, is one bid. If you're only getting one bid, why are you using auction format at all? It does not make any sense. Speaking of things that don't make sense, I sold some Death Pile monsters. I sold one to viewer Jeremy. He's Grasshopper 23, 24, 45 on eBay. He says, love your videos. Keep up the good work. We're full-time resellers from Michigan. Check out our store. Becca and Jeremy, there will be a link to their store down in the description. And Kite Surfer 3374, John, who was purchased from me on both my accounts before. He bought both the Death Pile monster and the Death Pile item not as described returns monster. I am almost out of these. And there'll be a link to John's store down in the description as well. He did not leave a note. All right, number 7. Most auctions that do sell, they sell for well under market rate for the item. Those who do browse the auctions, they're the extreme deal hounds. This is not 1999 or 2000 where eBay is just a punchline to a joke where somebody spent hundreds of dollars on some worthless thing on the internet. That is a long time ago. This is not today. The only people looking at normal items on auctions are the people looking for the best deals in the world. And they're going to stop bidding on that item well before it gets the item's established value. Studies of this have suggested that auction format items are generally going to sell for about 30% less than the exact same item on Buy It Now. 30% less. And most of you are going to complain about paying promoted listing fees, which I rarely even use myself. But the same people would take a 30% cut on the item. Oh, hey. Any of you who have a channel, I'm trying to put together either a little video or Any of you who have a channel, could you possibly email me? I'm trying to put together a special video, and I could really use some short video clips. I don't want to ruin it by describing it here, but just please email me. Email's in the description. That would be awesome. All right, what else did I sell? Sold Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, PlayStation 2, $9.89. Sold a Golden Axe arcade manual. This came with the kit, or either if you actually bought the full Golden Axe arcade game from Sega, you got this manual. Most people actually bought the kit that would turn their old game into Golden Axe, like they take their old Galaga game and turn it into Golden Axe. Either way, this sold for $16.99. Apparently I didn't spread these sales out well enough between the 8 things. Bob Dylan of the band Before the Flood, $9.99. I love seeing records leave this building. I decided as a seller, I don't like records all that much. I sold this Sunbeam Mixmaster, yellow, $34.19. The buyer wanted me to just take the motor part off here or whatever and just send that to get his shipping costs down, because apparently he has the base and all that already and doesn't need it. So I'm going to try to accommodate that. Sold a little Warhammer guy, $7.28. Things like this take photos really quick. You can store 1 million of them in one box and they ship very fast. All right, your 8th reason why most auctions never sell. Your 8th reason is that most auctions never sell. And that's going to greatly increase the amount of mental work you do as a seller. Instead of thinking about the item once a month or every few months, or never, as most sellers do, you're instead having to think about it on a weekly or even a daily basis. And then when it doesn't sell, do you relist it again? Do you change the price? Do you change anything about it? You could have fired and forgot this until it got months old and then maybe given it a markdown, which, like I said, most sellers don't. Most sellers fire and forget forever. But instead, you're thinking about this item all the time, taking up a lot of valuable headspace that you could use for something else, like getting better at eBay or just relaxing, not worrying yourself. Elizabeth, not a viewer, bought 3 albums, although she did respond. Whenever somebody buys a record, I always send them a message, hey, if you want to buy any more records today, I'll refund the shipping cost on all the extra records. She initially bought Pyromania, $13.99. Then after my message, went on to buy Pat Benatar, $5.99. And Foreigner 4, $5.39. Also sold and shipped to Pillsbury Doughboy yesterday. I'll put them up on the screen there. All right, I think that's about all I've got going. Oh yeah, same thing, the special video I'm talking about making, that I would like some clips from some people who have channels. If you see anybody mention me in a YouTube video, please comment below telling me what video it is. I've lost a lot of those, but I'd really like to get some clips for that from those various channels from what I'm looking to put together. Why don't you tell all those people on those various channels about me if they don't already know? Otherwise, make sure you're still subscribed, and I hope to see you again soon. Hey everybody, we're here. Paige is here with Lily and Julie, and Emily's hiding there in the background. We got one of these very rare packs of ASPCA Pets and Creatures trading cards. These are very hard to find because the company that made them went out of business before they even got distributed. We're going to just open one pack this video. What do you think? What do you think you're going to pull, Julie?
I want a dog.
What about you, Julie?
I want a panther.
Okay.
And I'm Paige's dart.
Let's open it up here.
Voila.
Okay.
There is a dog.
Okay, Lily has already got her wish. We've got a pug as card number 1. Sometimes these stick together. Card number 2, look at that ferret.
Ferret. I love ferrets. I love ferrets. My mom had a ferret.
Card number 3, Percheron. It's a horse. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, mention it in the comments.
I think that's wrong.
Golden Orb Web Spider.
Oh, I love that
Scary.
spider. That's one of the most fun.
Oh, we got an upside down card. Oh, and it's an insert card. It's a Berman cat, and it's fuzzy.
Oh, I want to feel that.
Very, very rare. Go ahead, Julie. You can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another insert card. We've got a gerbil. It's lenticular. See, when you wiggle it around, the gerbil wiggles around. Now, these cards are going to be available on eBay right after this video. Should be a link in the descriptions. We got another cat. Turkish van. Julie, check out that cat.
Yes.
Oh, Lily, what do we got here?
Oh,
Golden Retriever.
yeah. One of my dogs.
For the final thing, a horse, standard bred. I had never heard of the standard bred before I saw these cards. I had heard thoroughbred about racing horses, but I never knew there was a standard bred. Okay, that's all I got for today. What cards do you want to see me open next? Put it in the comments. Say goodbye, girls.
Bye-bye.